Hi guys, it's Molly. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys my April wrap up, and it's been such a great reading month for me. I read a total of 7 books, 1 audiobook, 2 novellas, 1 short story, and yeah, pretty great. So the first book that I read is 1,000 Pieces of You. This is actually a reread, but I actually mostly listened to it on audiobook again because I don't know, I was just feeling like rereading something that I loved. And yeah, and my rating is still the same, 4.5. I really enjoyed it.
And I can't wait to read the third book, which is coming out in November. And guys, just go read this already.
I decided to reread The Assassin's Blade. So I read the 4th and the 5th novella again because I loved it so much before. I even did like a book talk / fangirling session. I'll link it in the description box below, and I cried my eyes out. I bawled, okay? It was like the worst kind of cry. It's like worse than a real breakup. And so suddenly I needed something kind of like bubbly and cheerful to cheer me up from all that sadness. So I decided to read Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. This one is a lot about this girl who is like an ultimate Star Wars fan, and she decided to line up like 3 days before the latest movie, and to her disappointment only like 2 other people were lining up. She was expecting so much more, and so this is basically about her journey waiting for the movie, and it's really cute. I wish it was longer actually, it would have been really nice, but I still quite enjoyed it. I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I decided that I needed to read fantasy because I miss fantasy so much. So I decided to pick up the Grisha Trilogy, starting with Shadow and Bone. I really enjoyed it. I rated it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I even like tabbed a few of the pages. I did a trilogy review for this series. You can check it out in the description box below. I'll put the link there. I really enjoyed it. And the second one is Sage and Storm. And the third one is Ruin and Rising. I read this one in like 15 hours. It was pretty good. I think I enjoyed the first one the most though. A lot of people really liked the third one the best, I think. And I liked how the trilogy ended. It's a really bittersweet ending. If you want to know more, you can check out the rest of my review. And just what a ride. I mean, I can't wait to read Six of Crows now.
I rated this one a 4.4 and this one also a 4.4. So it was just like slightly lower than Shadow and Bone.
And then decided that I need to read a contemporary because all of that heavy fantasy element. And so I decided to read When We Collided by Emery Lord. I got this as an advanced reader's copy, so that's why the cover is different. The real cover is absolutely gorgeous. I love it, but this one's actually also quite nice. I like it as well. I loved this book so much. I rated it 4.6 out of 5 stars. It started off kind of okay. I mean, I was prepared to give it like a 4 out of 5 stars, but somewhere along the way it became like really good. This is basically about this one boy. His name's Jonah. He has lost a family member, and that has sort of broken apart his family, or he has to sort of step out and become an adult in the family when he's just like 17. He meets this girl, Vivi. She's like this really positively bubbly girl who came in town for the summer, and they just sort of, you know, started hanging out and things like that. And it starts off as like a typical insta love contemporary, but then it became so much more. I hope this is not really a spoiler, but it is kind of about bipolar disorder as well. It explores that topic a lot, and I really like how the author explored it because there are a lot of bipolar disorder or depression kind of books that I don't really appreciate because I can't really understand what the characters are going through. It's a bit hard for me to grasp how the authors portray it. But in this one, I love how Emery Lord tries to explain bipolar disorder. She uses like really simple metaphors that I feel like it's easier for me to understand, or I can start to sort of empathize a bit, and it's just, I really like it. So the writing in this one is just amazing. I love it. I'd recommend anyone who loves All the Bright Places or Paper Towns or what's the other one? My Life Next Door. If you enjoy any of those books or all of those books, I think you should definitely pick this one up. There's a bit of all of those books in here, but it sort of became its own thing as well. Go pick it up. It's quite good. I loved it. And yeah, tell me what you think of it. And then I decided that I needed to read a dystopian because it's been a while, so I picked up The Book of Ivy and The Revolution of Ivy. This one's basically about this one like town of like 10,000 people. The town is divided into 2 parts based from like previous wars and things like that, and they finally have peace. And the way that they maintain the peace is that all the teenagers from one part has to marry a teenager from the other part. But basically it's about arranged marriage to keep peace, and it's really interesting because the founder of one of the parts had to marry the president's son. So it's like, whoa, this is really interesting. And what I really like about this book is because the whole awkwardness of these two people who had to marry and they didn't even know each other is just so kind of relatable slash interesting, because I'm not used to, like, you know, being with boys and things like that. So it's like really interesting slash awkward to read about, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed the romance in this book. So the first half is like a 3 for me, but the rest of the book is like a 5. It's really good. I rated it 4.2 out of 5 stars. Loved it. And the second book was also pretty good. This one's more about survival, which is pretty interesting, and I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. The romance isn't as good as this first one, but I still quite enjoyed this duology, and if you haven't read it, I think you will enjoy it if you haven't like gotten tired of dystopians. And yeah. And the last book that I read is Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, which is for the My Bibliomaniacs read-along for this month, and I'm actually really proud that I finally finished this book because it's a classic. I rated this a 3.8 out of 5 stars. It's a very slow book, but if you finish it until the end, you'll sort of see the significance of it, and it's actually quite nice. I loved what I learned from it and things like that, and it felt like it had its own world because this is set in like the 17 or 1800s. Also, Nabila and I did a live show discussion for this book. You guys can check that one out as well. I'll link it in the description box below. So those are all the books that I read this month. Tell me which ones you've read and whether you enjoyed it or not. Also, what was your favorite book of the month? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
By the way, I forgot to mention that we are reading this for next month's read-along, so if you want to join us, just get yourself a copy of this gorgeous book and we shall discuss later.